Hello, my name is David Vogt, and I want to welcome you to the first of a 9-part series on implementing OMB's new uniform guidance for Indian Housing Block Grant and Indian Community Development Block Grant programs. In this session, we're going to provide general information about the uniform guidance, information about the Webcast series, and some background information about the uniform guidance. Well, let's get started with just a description of what the uniform guidance is. The uniform guidance was established in the Federal Register under 2 CFR 200. The descriptive title of the document is Uniform Administrative Requirements, Cost Principles, and Audit Requirements for Federal Awards. So as the name implies, it is comprehensive guidance. It's commonly referred to as uniform guidance, and that's what we're going to refer to it as through the Webcast series. This document consolidates 8 federal regulations into a single guide. These federal regulations, these 8 federal regulations or OMB circulars have been in effect for a long time. Therefore, much of the uniform guidance is going to look familiar. It applies to all federal grants and certain other types of federal awards. Here, this graphic here shows the 8 OMB circulars that have now been combined into the uniform guidance. As such, there's a substantial reduction in the volume of the material. The great asset is that we don't have to try to keep track of and connect with the correct OMB guidance because it's consolidated into one document. That's, as an administrator, that's a fantastic advancement. Uniform guidance includes major policy reforms, and as such requires changes to policies, procedures, and practices. It changes existing previous guidance. It adds to previous guidance and deletes some of the previous guidance. It is 188 pages long, so there's a lot of material that requires you to become familiar and review the uniform guidance. It eliminates duplication and conflicting guidance between the different OMB circulars. There's a significant change in that now the focus is on performance and not just compliance, which was the focus of the previous OMB circulars. It includes efficient use of information technology and shared services. It provides for consistent and transparent treatment of costs. It refines allowable costs. It sets standard business processes and data definition. It encourages and enables family-friendly policies, strengthens oversight, and targets waste, fraud, and abuse. Let's take a look at the Webcast series that we have prepared for you. It provides an overview of the uniform guidance. Our focus is going to be highlighting areas of change rather than reviewing the entire document in total. We will also be providing assistance to you in understanding how to navigate and apply the uniform guidance, including providing you with tools to assist you in implementing the uniform guidance. Let's take a look at the Webcast series that we have planned for you. We do recommend that you review all 9 of the segments. However, we have organized it by topic, so you can pick and choose and go back and review the area of your particular interest. Each of these segments are relatively short, from say 15 minutes to 45 minutes or so. Let's start with the first one. Of course, this is the overview, and then we move into navigating and actually work our way through the uniform guidance, beginning with Subpart A, acronyms and definitions, Subpart B, general provisions. Then in the third segment, Subpart 3, pre-federal award requirements, and Subpart 4, post-federal award requirements. And that section is actually covered by 3 different segments, 4, 5, and 6. Then we get into cost principles, Subpart E, that's covered in segments 7 and 8. And then we close out with segment 9, audit requirements. We also have a tremendous amount of information to assist you in implementing and applying the uniform guidance under supplemental webcast resources. We start with the red-lined versions of the uniform guidance for Indian Housing Block Grant and Indian Community Development Block Grant programs. And these are actually annotated versions of the uniform guidance that actually reflects the program's specific requirements and what does not apply because of the program specific requirements in the uniform guidance. Then we have the crosswalk documents, again, both for IHBG and ICDBG. This actually compares what is currently required under the uniform guidance to what was previously required under the OMB circulars. Then we have the conforming amendments for HUD programs. This modified the regulations for all HUD programs to conform to uniform guidance. And the specific guidance for the ONAP programs are at the very end of that document. Then we have a package of background and implementation materials that explains how this got to be and the process in adopting the uniform guidance. We have a topic index, which is 6 pages long. It's in alphabetical order by subject, and it's cross-referenced to the citation in uniform guidance, so you can quickly find the citation that you're interested in. Then 6, assessment and uniform guidance, changes, implications, and recommendations summary chart. This document focuses on the changes. It provides insight into the implications of your programs and provides information about recommended actions that you take in order to make the transition to the uniform guidance. Then following that in 7 and 8, we have self-assessment tools to assist you to analyze your programs and develop an action plan to address the areas of improvement that are needed. Followed by that, we have 2 sample policies, financial management and procurement policy. These are sample policies. They're to help you get started in modifying your policies to conform to the uniform guidance. And I might point out that one of the changes in the uniform guidance is the requirement for written procedures. So the standard now, I think, is higher. It goes beyond policy. It actually requires procedures. Also, I want to point out to you that the Council on Financial Assistance Reform was created in order to assist everyone in coming into compliance with the uniform guidance. And this is a tremendous resource. There's a lot of material here. This, of course, will be general information for the uniform guidance. Included are many videos. They're short, they're informative. There's also documents available on the COFAR site to assist you in utilizing the uniform guidance. Okay, let's take just a quick look at the background. How did this come about? The OMB circulars needed to be updated for a long time, but the process got kicked off by presidential order back in 2009. Then in 2011, there was a more detailed memorandum, which really shows intent about what is desired outcome for the uniform guidance. That is included in the package on background and implementation material in the supplemental resource materials. And then there were two opportunities to provide comments through the OMB process. And the 2012 document is also included in the background and implementation materials. It provides insight and kind of the philosophical information that was used in developing the materials, which was published in 2013 for comments, and was issued in final form on December 26, 2013. And the effective date was 1 year later for grantees, December 26, 2014. The OMB and funding agencies issued a joint final rule in December 19, 2014, where everyone adopted the uniform guidance. So this is now the rule for all federal funding agencies. And then, as I mentioned before, the conforming amendments were published in December 7th, 2015. And they provide changes to the existing regulations under Part 1000 for IHBG and Part 1003 for ICDBG. So where are we today now? All the funding agencies and grantees are under the uniform guidance beginning on December 26, 2014, unless different provisions are required by statute or approved by OMB. So we do have the statutory and regulatory basis for program-specific requirements for IHBG and ICDBG. And again, we'll be referring to those as we go through the other segments. The question is, what about the awards that were made prior to December 26, 2014? Well, HUD grant agreements state that the award will be subject to regulations as be amended. Therefore, all the federal awards under ONAP are subject to the uniform guidance. And this is what a sample of the grant agreement looks like, which incorporates that language as may be amended. Now, there were just a couple of exceptions as far as implementation. For example, audit requirements. There was actually a year to implement audits coming into compliance depending on your fiscal year. So this would apply to fiscal years beginning after December 26, 2014. And then there is actually 2 years to implement the changes for procurement, again, based on your fiscal year. So if your fiscal year begins on September 30th or ends on September 30th, for example, the 2-year grace period would end on September 30th, 2017. Now, it's important to note that if you are exercising your option to use this extension period to come into compliance with the uniform guidance, it is required that you document your policy to demonstrate which set of rules you're under. That way it's explicit for auditors and your staff as well as HUD to show which set of rules you're operating under. Okay, well that completes the introductory material for our web series and a general overview. I invite you to watch the remaining 8 webcast series, and thank you for attending.